They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember earlier in the year, with the Ravens winning that game. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, check back, six. We got to get the ball, D, get the ball. 19.
Throwing, Jones. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action. Jones. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Off the play fake. Jones. Open man completes it to Claypool. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And down 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right?
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
On the move to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Harris. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd and 12, Jones escaping the pressure right. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Back to 16. This is Mike 7. Let's put him on the bus. Let's put that team on the bus. Check smash, check smash. Come back team, come back team. The end zone or I'm going home.
Jones now on 3rd down.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Jackson He's going deep for Brown. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Off play action. Jones. Here's Johnson with a reception. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31.
And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to have a 3rd down. He's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Out to his left. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now here's Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tony Pollard, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Trucks over him. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jones. He finds his target, Ebron. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. On the give, this is Harris. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Rolling to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now Jones on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. And what everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
On the ground, it's Harris. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They run with Harris. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They run again with Harris. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8-ball.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On second and 12, Jones. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return, then the penalty. Great field position, as you pointed out, not in this case.
His penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and the drive will start with an option going left. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. There brings up 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Melvin Ingram. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defense.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. From the gun, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordinate.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Ebron caught left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. This is caught. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll try to run with Harris. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that. I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, man, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. That's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. Hear about pressure creating diamonds? And
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run again with Harris. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Off the play fake. Jones. They'll roll him out right. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Jackson on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. And now here's another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
92 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. First down, and they go back to Harris. Breaks free again. And some space here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now Jackson, forced out to his left. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They go play action with Jackson, sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Doug Costin on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two